Hello everyone, you are in your Curious Mind channel. In this video, we will discover the true story behind the character of Super Mario and how the icon that changed the world of gaming was born. When we talk about video games, we can't ignore Super Mario, the most famous character in gaming history. He's not just an ordinary game hero, but a cultural icon born from a mix of coincidence and creative genius. But how did Mario come to life? Who is the real man behind his name? And how did this character evolve from just an idea into one of the greatest innovations in the gaming industry? Here's the full story. Nintendo in trouble, the crisis that led to Mario's birth. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, Nintendo was struggling to break into the US gaming market, but success was proving elusive. At that time, Nintendo developed a game called Radar Scope, an arcade game aimed at American audiences. However, the game failed to gain traction, leaving Nintendo with hundreds of unsold arcade units, pushing the company into a financial crisis. To save the situation, Nintendo's president, Hiroshi Yamauchi, assigned a difficult task to a young designer named Shigeru Miyamoto. He had to turn these unsold machines into a hit game. Donkey Kong, the game that changed everything. Instead of simply redesigning Radar Scope, Miyamoto decided to create an entirely new game. He drew inspiration from Beauty and the Beast and American animated films, designing a game about a character trying to rescue a girl from the grip of a giant gorilla named Donkey Kong. The game's protagonist was initially an unknown character called Jumpman, a carpenter dressed in red overalls who jumped over obstacles to save his beloved Pauline. But then, a strange coincidence changed the course of the gaming industry entirely. This was the birth of the legendary idea of Super Mario, a blend of expertise and experimentation, aiming both to dominate the gaming market and to financially save the company. The coincidence that gave Mario his name. The story that made Mario a legendary name in the gaming world goes back to a surprising coincidence. At the time, Nintendo was renting a warehouse in the US to store its equipment, and the owner of the warehouse was an Italian man named Mario Segale. One day, Mario Segale stormed into Nintendo's office, angrily demanding overdue rent, as Nintendo was struggling financially at the time. After a brief argument between Segale and the company's manager, the team was amused by Segale's gestures and attitude. Inspired by this moment, they decided to name the game's main character Mario, giving him a real name instead of the generic Jumpman. From carpenter to plumber. In Donkey Kong, Mario was originally portrayed as a carpenter working on a construction site. However, when Super Mario Bros. Was released in 1985, Nintendo decided to change his profession to a plumber. The reason? The new game featured a world filled with pipes and underground tunnels, making it more logical for Mario to be a plumber rather than a carpenter. Why does Mario wear a hat and mustache? If you look closely at Mario's design, you'll notice he wears a red cap and has a thick mustache. This wasn't just a random choice, it was a clever solution to the graphical limitations of the time. The cap was added because designing and animating hair was difficult in the pixel art era, so giving Mario a hat was a simpler solution to avoid complex hair details. The mustache was included because early graphics couldn't render a detailed mouth clearly, so adding a mustache helped define his facial features better. The breakthrough, how Mario became a global icon. In 1985, Nintendo released Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES, and it wasn't just an ordinary game, it was a revolution in the gaming world. The game achieved massive success due to its innovative gameplay, diverse levels, and engaging design, making it one of the best-selling games in history. At that moment, Mario was no longer just a character in a successful game, he became Nintendo's official mascot and one of the most iconic figures in gaming history. Over the years, Mario continued to evolve and remained a central figure in the gaming industry, with dozens of successful titles released under his name, including Super Mario World, 1990. Super Mario 64, 1996. Super Mario Galaxy, 2007. Super Mario Odyssey, 2017. Mario also appeared in several side games, such as Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros., further solidifying his status as a legend that never fades. Cultural impact: how Mario went beyond gaming. Mario's influence didn't stop at video games, it extended to other fields, achieving success in television through movies and animated series that depicted Super Mario's adventures over the years. He also became a promotional icon for various products. Additionally, Nintendo created a theme park inspired by Mario's world. Finally, we hope you enjoyed this with us. If you want to hear more stories, facts, or achievements, let us know in the comments. Have a wonderful day.